here and I am about to go in and get my filler in my cheek area, and especially this one is where it's really flat right there, and I am literally like almost nauseous. I just get so nervous when I do stuff like this because, you know, you just want a good outcome, you know, and so it's so scary. But anyway, I'm sitting in my car, I'm about to go in, and here we go. Okay, I've got lidocaine on my cheeks. It's supposed to be helping it numb the area. Just like smeared on, so funny. So I just got it done, and holy cow, I already love the results. Like, look how full my cheek area is. I'm about to die here. I am like so excited. My heart was literally about to beat out of my chest. I thought I was gonna throw up. Anyway, look at that. I cannot believe, I'm really red because obviously he just, you know, they clean it a lot and then they put the lidocaine on there, and then, you know, they stick needles in your face. So it didn't hurt at all, like not even at all. But I have a feeling I'm going to love these results. Okay, so here we are, and it is day one after having gotten filler in my cheeks. I got it done yesterday. Today is the 20th. Yesterday was the 19th of June. And I got filler right here in this area. And I can literally feel it. It still feels pretty hard. You can definitely feel it under the skin. And so I ended up getting one full syringe, and I got Juvederm Voluma XC, and it was $650 for one syringe. And let me just tell you right off the bat that I could not be more happy with my results. I did not bruise at all whatsoever. I thought I was going to. I can see a few of the little injection sites, like they go in real low and then put it up here and then let it go a little bit. So I can see a couple of the injection sites right there, and I thought that they were gonna bruise because they were real tender to the touch yesterday. And I felt like, as I was sleeping throughout the night, I felt like my face was bruising because it just was very tender, and it was a little bit uncomfortable to sleep. I could tell that, you know, that I could definitely feel that there was something like in my face. So anyway, what I'm gonna do in this section of this video is I'm gonna show you just a lot of pictures of just kind of me back when I was about 28 till about 40. Because up until I was about 40 years old, I had a very full, very round face. And I'm gonna show you all of those pictures. It was around kind of, not exactly 40, maybe 42, that my face really started to change. And I've said this in another video, but it was literally like somebody had pushed a fast forward button on the aging process, and it just really kind of threw me for a loop. Now, the reason I'm gonna be showing you these pictures of myself with my really round face is because whenever I came home, literally the first thing that I said whenever I looked in the mirror was, that is a familiar face to me. Like, that is the face that I was so used to seeing for 40 years, you know? And then in the last 6 years, it's really changed a lot. My entire shape of my face has completely changed. You're gonna see in these pictures that even parts of my face are still very different. Like, my temples are very hollow. And you'll see in these pictures that my temples were very round. These bones, they look like cheekbones. You would think that they were enhanced, but they're not. They're just my bones because I have lost so much volume there. I actually do not like these bones at all. You'll see that I was also very full in here to where you could not see any bones at all. You know, you could not see these cheekbones, and I don't like that. It might be for other people. Other people might like, you know, having that those cheekbones and stuff, but I don't. So while everyone was using makeup to contour their face and create these cheekbones and stuff, I was like, I'm gonna put some white stuff right here to really like draw that area out, because that's the look that I was so used to seeing in the mirror. So I think for most of us, if most of us were honest with ourselves, we would all agree that the physical aspects of the aging process are not a fun thing to go through, you know? I feel like you get to this point where the person you see in the mirror does not look familiar to you, and you either have to say, okay, I'm just gonna have to get used to seeing this new version of myself in the mirror and, you know, learn to accept it, or you go, I want to do something about it, and I want to see if I could maybe put some volume back, or, you know, lift my eyelids, or, you know, do whatever, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. I have no problem with anybody and what they do to themselves. If they get, you know, eye surgery, or if they get fillers and Botox and whatever other procedures are out there, if that makes them feel better about the person that they're seeing in the mirror, then more power to them. Why would it ever upset me? That it really, really irritates me, and I'm gonna address this really fast because it does irritate me when women ridicule other women or shame them for taking pride in their appearance or wanting to, you know, look the way that they once did. I think that is so ridiculous. I especially get irritated when a woman says something like, you know, you should be happy with what God gave you. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you want to stand on that argument, you know, you should be happy with what God gave you, then I hope that you are not coloring your hair. I hope that you're not straightening it if it's frizzy. I hope that you've never had braces, because if you were born with crooked teeth, then maybe you were meant to have crooked teeth. And actually, I think braces are more invasive than filler or Botox. I really do. I've never had braces myself, but everybody that I know that has had braces, they can't wait to get them out, you know, and you're stuck with them for like 2 or 3 years. So anyway, also if you wear glasses, you know, some of us were born with bad eyesight. So if you wear contacts or glasses, then, you know, you could also say, oh, you're not happy with what God gave you. That is just such a silly argument. That argument really irritates me to no end. If you wear makeup, then you are obviously not happy with what God gave you. So I feel like there's that big gray area that most women that are very critical of other women who decide to, you know, enhance their looks with any type of anything, any way that they enhance their looks, any woman that is critical of it, I feel like they probably fall into that gray area where they are guilty of trying to enhance their looks too. It's all a matter of where you draw the line. And for me, there is no line, you know, it's just a year by year thing, you know, and whatever I decide to do up the road, you know, I might get an eye lift one day. So me deciding to do things with my own appearance has nothing to do with not being happy with what God gave me. I'm very happy with what God gave me. I'm very grateful. It has more to do with the bullies that are Mother Nature and Father Time. I feel like there are a couple of bullies, and I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. So anyway, I just had to rant for a second because I'm preparing myself for the criticism, because I know that I feel like there's 50% of the women out there that are like all for it, like, yes, Botox filler, thank God. You know, we live in this day and age where that's available. And then there are 50% of the women who are like, no way would I ever put Botox and filler into my body. And then there's a large percentage of those women that say, but if you want to, you know, go for it, all power to you. You know, I just don't want to do it for myself. But then there's that small percentage that are like, if I'm not going to do it, nobody else in the world should do it, and I'm going to stand on the hilltops and just really criticize you and tell you you're vain and you're egotistical and just every other negative, you know, word that can describe a woman that just wants to look beautiful, you know, because that's what it boils down to. We all just want to look in the mirror and look a little bit beautiful, and that's okay. Okay, so I need to take a deep breath because I'm obviously getting a little bit riled up, and that's like hardly even riled up because I could actually say a lot more, but I won't. I will go ahead and stop there. Now, one thing that I also wanted to mention, because I thought it was kind of funny, and somebody left me this comment on one of my recent videos. I think it was the agree or disagree, you know, these things make an aging woman look older. And their comment basically said, you have to choose your ass or your face. And I was like, what does that mean? And then they went on to explain, and it wasn't a rude comment. It wasn't at all. It was actually just kind of a funny, you know, I've got a really good sense of humor. So as long as you follow it up to let me know that it's not an insult to me, I'm all about stuff like that, you know? So anyway, she went on to explain, and the explanation, you know, I've actually thought these exact same things before, is that she said, you know, if you want more volume in your face, then most likely you're going to have a bigger rear end. And if you want more of a great body, then chances are you're going to have less volume in your face. And that is so true, and it's why I struggle with my weight all the time, because as I've gotten older, I've always thought,
I want more volume on my face, and the only way to do that is to put on some weight. The second I start to try to put on some weight, I'm very uncomfortable in my skin and I don't like the way that it looks, and then I go back to, you know, my regular weight. So I personally have had that struggle, and I know there's truth to it, and I just never heard it phrased like that, your ass to your face. So anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. But like I said, it wasn't a rude comment. I didn't take offense to it. So if you're the one who left it, you know, don't think that I'm like, you know, throwing you under the bus or anything. I thought it was kind of funny. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't offend anybody with some of the things that I said. You know, you always have to worry about that. As a content creator, you always have to worry about the things that you say and if they might offend, especially a larger portion of your audience. But I feel like because this is a beauty channel, I think that most of us here actually, you know, put a little bit of time and effort and focus, you know, on our appearance. Otherwise, you know, you wouldn't be watching any of my skincare videos or, you know, any of the hair care videos or any of, you know, the filler injection videos, you know. So I think that most of you here, I would probably say 99% of you here are here because you enjoy these things too, and you enjoy seeing what other people do in order to, you know, keep themselves looking as nice as they would like to look. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and shoot, I'm so worried that this is gonna offend somebody. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you next week.